Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So this is going to be a 24-hour readathon. I was really undecided on whether I should do reading for 24 hours straight or the timer method, and last night I decided if I wake up today and want to do the 24 hours straight, then I'm gonna do it. If I wake up and don't want to do it, then I'm not gonna do it. And I woke up today not wanting to read for 24 hours straight. I feel like I've been just super stressed lately. There's been a lot going on, and reading for 24 hours straight I don't think is going to help that. So we're going to do the timer method. If you haven't seen one of those videos before, how it works is you time every time you read until it adds up to 24 hours. So that way you're reading for 24 hours in total, and you can see how much you read over 24 hours. And you're also supposed to do it across as little days as possible, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So yeah, the first book I'm going to be reading is Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. This book has been on my TBR for a really long time, and I've been really looking forward to it. It is one of the 24 books I want to read in 2024. It is a fantasy romance. I've been reading so much romance lately, and I'm really excited to pick up something different. The last time I read a fantasy book was over a month ago, I think. So I'm really excited to get into this, and I'm really excited to read a fantasy book, especially one that I've been looking forward to. This follows a witch and a witch hunter. I don't remember very well what this book is about, but I will explain more as I get into it. There will be no spoilers, obviously. This is a part of a series. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews around this book. Some people really love it, some people don't like it. So I hope I really like it. Also, something I noticed when I picked up this book the other day when I decided I wanted to read it next, it's actually signed, which I had no idea. I don't think it's actually like hand signed. I think it's printed on, but that was a big surprise. Because I was under the impression I didn't own a single book that was signed. Apparently I do, and I feel so special. Even though it was like printed on, I still feel really special having a book that was signed. And I got this like secondhand at a book fair for fairly cheap, so I had no clue this was signed by the author. But now I feel so special, and I really hope I like this book now. I'm gonna get into it, and I will let you know my thoughts, and I will update you guys with the timer as I'm going. It is the afternoon. I think it's like 1 p.m, but I'm going to spend most of today reading. It's such a nice day. I'm so happy since we are going into winter soon, so it's been so gloomy, but today is such a sunny day, and that makes me so happy. I miss the sun. I am not prepared for winter. When we go into winter, I'm not prepared. So I'm like savoring the sun any chance I have. But yeah, I'm gonna get into this. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, let me know. Also, if you like my videos, please subscribe. It really helps my channel. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna start reading. We're going to start, where's the button? Now. I don't know why, but the what's this called? The dedications in books have been really getting to me recently. That's so sweet. Also, another thing, I love how kind of simple this map is. I feel like with fantasy maps, I don't even bother referring to them because they're just complicated. But I feel like this one is a lot simpler. Hi guys, so yesterday didn't exactly go to plan. I ended up having an asthma attack, so things got derailed. I only read for an hour and 5 minutes and I got to page 37 of Kingdom of the Wicked. I'm not going to explain what the book is about just yet because I feel like I'm not far enough into it to like confidently explain what it's about. But I did say in the intro that this follows a witch and a witch hunter, but I was wrong. He's not actually a witch hunter, he's one of the princes of hell. I don't know where I got the idea that he was a witch hunter from, but I feel like I've been saying that for a long time. So I've just been spreading misinformation for a long time, but that's okay. Or maybe everybody knows but not me and I just look like an idiot. But like I said, I'm not too far into it. Where I stopped reading was actually getting really interesting, but I wasn't really in the mood to read because I was like struggling to breathe and stuff. So I'm gonna try and read a lot today. Hopefully next time I update you guys I will have read a lot more. So yeah, I'll update you guys once I'm further into the book. Hi guys, so it is the next day and I did a lot of reading. I got to page 194 of Kingdom of the Wicked and I am eating it up. Oh my god. I am loving this. So this is going really differently than what I thought it would. I feel like for most books I picture in my head how I think it's gonna go, and a lot of the time I'm wrong, but this is really different from what I expected. But I'm having a great time. So we're following Amelia, who's a witch. She has a twin sister, Vittoria. They are a part of a witch family. Witches in her world are kept secret. They shouldn't meet up with one another. There are like witch hunters who are humans. People fear witches, so they need to stay kind of in hiding, but they live amongst other people. And then there are some witches who use darker magic. There's all these different beliefs. But growing up, Amelia and Vittoria are told all these really scary stories by their grandma about the wicked who are from hell. There's the 7 princes of hell. They're evil, they'll take your soul, all these horrible stories. And there's also lesser demons that are a part of the other realm. There's all this really dark, scary stuff. And every year on their birthday, they had to do like a ritual to protect themselves. But growing up, Amelia and Vittoria kind of thought their grandma was a little too superstitious since they never experienced anything dangerous or scary or evil. So they were like, I don't know. Their own like mother wasn't as skeptical as their grandma, so they didn't take it that seriously, you know? And they kind of lived their life normally. But where this book starts, Amelia is, I think, 18. It's just been their birthday and Vittoria starts acting kind of suspicious. And then she dies, which isn't a spoiler. It is on the back of the book. She dies. It's horrific for Amelia and everything, and she then is on the quest to seek revenge, try and find out who did this to her, why it happened, what Vittoria has been up to, because she knows she's been hiding things from her. The world is kind of being flipped upside down for her. She's encountering all these evil things her grandma warned her about that she didn't even really kind of believe before. She decides to summon a demon, preferably a lesser demon, to help unlock all these secrets. But she ends up summoning one of the princes of hell, Wrath. And as soon as he came into the picture, I started giggling. Oh my god. He is so funny. It is like enemies to lovers vibes. And so she summons him and he is now helping her, trying to figure out what's going on. I decided to annotate it. Usually when I annotate books, I go full out, but I decided to simplify it this time because I just was seeing lines I liked and was underlining them. So I was like, you know what? I might as well tab them. So I'm just using one color to tab them just for parts that I want to remember and that I really like. And so far I'm really enjoying the book. So I might as well annotate it. But yeah, I'm really liking it. I think things are kind of picking up now. I don't want to say too much, but the way things were going the last maybe 100 pages, I was like, this isn't what I was expecting, but like I'm having a good time. But now things are getting more interesting and I've been just giggling and laughing. This book is so funny. It isn't like the best writing, I will say. Like it's not the best romantasy I've read, but like I'm having such a good time. It is also YA, which isn't my favorite, but I'm still really enjoying it. And I think the other books in the series are new adult. I'm pretty sure. I didn't want to look up too much because I didn't want to accidentally spoil myself for anything that happens. But yeah, I'm just having a really good time. I stayed up really late reading. I'll show you guys the timer. I'm at 6 hours and 10 minutes. So we're not really that far into the readathon whatsoever, but I was kind of struggling to read the past few days and I feel like I'm back into reading now since I've just been really enjoying it. I'm gonna try and finish this today, but I do want to edit a reading vlog that I want to post tomorrow, and I have like the entire reading vlog to edit. Usually I try to like space it out and edit the reading vlog as I'm filming it, but my like hard drive broke. I have to start over editing the whole thing. I'm also going out to dinner tonight for my sister's birthday, so I have a bit going on, but I feel like I should be able to finish this book and hopefully we can start another book maybe today. I'm really enjoying this book so far and I really want to get the next books already because I feel like I'm really going to want to read them. I hope this doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but I have a big feeling. I mean, fantasy books like this always end on a cliffhanger, but I'm like eating it up. I am. It's giving me those giddy vibes that I used to get. I feel like I haven't had these feelings about a fantasy romance in a really long time. It feels nostalgic for some reason. Like these feelings I'm getting while reading this book, like it feels so good. I don't know, like I'm just so hooked and I'm loving the characters and the writing isn't like amazing, but I'm still having such a good time. Oh my god, I love this man. Hi guys. I can't tell if I like this jumper or not. Like, I feel like I look like a grandma, but in a good way or a bad way. Good or bad? I don't know. Moving on. I haven't updated you guys in quite a few days, so we have a lot to go through. Well, not really that much, but I'm at 15 hours and 40 minutes now, so we have 8 hours left, a little over 8 hours left, I think. Around the 10 hours to 11 hours mark, I finished Kingdom of the Wicked and I gave it a 4.75. It was almost a 5 stars. It just wasn't there yet, but I really liked this book. I really enjoyed it. The romance, like it wasn't even full-on romance yet, but it was like the beginning of something and it was so good. The journey our female main character went through was so good. She really struggled, but it was so much fun to go along with her, and I also felt so bad for her. Like, she's so precious. I want to protect her. But this whole world was just really interesting, and it also wasn't too complicated to understand. There were some parts where I was a little lost, but I picked up on it later on as I went, and overall I understood the whole story. But I'm like so excited to continue this series. I don't have the other books yet, so I'm gonna hopefully read the second book in June. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and the reason it's not a 5 stars is I feel like I need to see the whole story, I guess, to know whether I want to rate it a 5 stars, which I don't always go by that logic. Like, sometimes I'll rate the first book in a series a 5 stars. Sometimes I'll be like, I need to see the whole thing to kind of know. But like, I'm not going to go back and change my rating on this book. But with the Cruel Prince series, I love that series. It's one of my favorites. I rated the first and second book a 4.5 stars, and then the last book was a 5 stars, but that series overall was a 5 stars. And now when I look back at the first and second book, I think of them as 5 stars. So I'm hoping that's the same with this. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But obviously, when you're in the middle of a series or the start of a series, the books are going to end with like cliffhangers or not ending the way you want it to, so that you're intrigued and you want to continue the series. And that always annoys me, even though I know it's needed and I know like it does that so you can continue reading. Like it's how it builds up the story and makes it more interesting, but that always annoys me so much. So that kind of loses points, but at the same, like, what am I even saying at this point? I don't know. The way it ended had me annoyed, but I know things are gonna get fixed, you know? But because I was annoyed, I didn't rate it a 5 stars. And also because I haven't seen the whole story yet. I really enjoyed this book and I highly recommend it. Also, for being a YA book, I still really liked it. I felt like it wasn't too YA. I really liked the writing. I think that next 2 books are also new adult or adult, which I'm really excited for. And then I started another book last night, Bound to Fall, or Bound to Fall. Am I saying that right? This is a little convoluted to explain, but this is connected to a series, the Villains and Virtues series, which is a trilogy, the first book being Thrown in the Dark. That is a fantasy romance series. I absolutely loved that series. I read them all on Kindle Unlimited and I ate it up. I loved it so much. And Bound to Fall is like a standalone book that follows some characters from that series and it's in the same world. And I forgot about that book. Like I saw it when I was looking at the series on Goodreads, but I kind of forgot about it. And then it popped up on Kindle Unlimited the other day and I was like, oh yeah, I should read that book. And I looked into what it actually was. The author said it's like a standalone, so you can read it on its own and you don't have to read it like to finish the series. Like the trilogy Villains and Virtues is like finished, but then there's this added book you can read. But I would definitely not recommend reading Bound to Fall on its own. I would read the Villains and Virtues series first, which I like highly recommend because I love that series so much. And I don't think Bound to Fall would make any sense whatsoever. Well, it kind of makes sense, but I feel like there's a lot of world building stuff that isn't really introduced into Bound to Fall. So you should definitely read the Villains and Virtues series first. I feel like I can't explain a lot about Bound to Fall since it is like a part of this whole series. But it is a fantasy romance and we're following Celeste and Reeve. I can't really say a lot at all, but Celeste is a very quiet person. She's lived most of her life alone and she's now on this journey and she comes across Reeve, who is a holy knight, and they have a very bad introduction to one another and both of their characters are so sweet. It really like is giving the same feelings I got when I read Villains and Virtues. Celeste is so sweet and kind, which is just like Amma from Villains and Virtues, but they're still quite different. They're both such sweet, kind-hearted characters, but they're also different. Celeste is very like her whole life she's just been treated so badly. She's told she messes everything up. She's clumsy. She doesn't know how to interact with people. She also just gone through so much, so she tries to stays on her own. She doesn't talk to people. I feel so bad for her and I just want to protect her because she's so sweet. And Reeve is also such a sweet character. And usually in romances, there's kind of like a dynamic where there's like a grumpier person and then a sweeter person. But I feel like they just still work together so well, even though they're both such sweet characters. And they obviously like get off on the wrong foot. So they both have some like anger for one another. They're both like annoyed with the other person, but they're also just such sweet characters that they can't help but also care for the other person. And it's so sweet. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that word, but it's just like I love it so much. I can't believe I didn't pick up that book earlier. And I've been reading all these books on Kindle Unlimited and I so desperately want physical copies of the books because the covers are so beautiful and I just love this series so much. It is so like underhyped. Like more people should be reading this series. When you start Villains and Virtues, the first book, Thrown in the Dark, it is quite confusing at first, but I promise you will understand it as you go on. It will make more sense and you will not regret starting that book. It is so good. So yeah, I'm having a great time. I am, I think 156 pages in and there's I think around 400 pages. So I have like 250 pages to read and I'm hoping to finish it today. And I think that'll take me to like 20 hours and then I'll just have one more book to read. It is, what day is it? Tuesday. I'm hoping to get this video finished by Thursday. So I did start this challenge last Thursday, so it would have taken me like, if things go to plan, this would take me like a week to do, which is longer than I had wanted it to take, but that's okay. Things happened. But yeah, I'm just having a great time reading this book, and also like Kingdom of the Wicked was so good. I'm having so much fun. I'm gonna get back into reading Bound to Fall, and I'll update you guys with my thoughts as they go on. And yeah, that's all. Hi guys, so I just finished Bound to Fall. I was almost finished last night. I was at like 85%, but it was getting really late at night, and I knew I had to like finish it in the morning or like the next day when I could comprehend what's going on better, you know? I finished it. I gave it a 5 stars. It was so good. Oh my god, I love that book so much. It is one of my favorite books now, and I need to get the physical copies so badly. I really need them. Highly recommend. We're now at 23 hours. I'm a little confused because the last time I did the timer method, I read like, I think 4.5 books. So I don't know how I only ended up reading 2 books. I don't know how that makes sense. I guess I did a lot of reading at night, and I'm a lot slower at reading at nighttime, maybe. Yeah, I'm a little confused, but that's okay. I read some really amazing books. Actually, maybe that does make sense, because if I'm reading a book I really, really like, I want to savor it and take my time reading over it. So maybe that's why, I don't know. But anyways, for the last hour, what I'm going to do is I was planning to start another reading vlog today, and it's a like challenge reading vlog. So I don't know what books I'm going to read yet. So I'm going to start that reading vlog, pick the first book I'm going to read, and I'm going to read that book for the last hour of the 24 hours. Does that make any sense? I think it does. So instead of me like just picking a random book to read and only being able to read like 35 pages and then having to like rush through it so I can start my next reading vlog, I'm just gonna finish this challenge with a book from my next reading vlog. I hope that's okay. You guys will be getting like a little sneak peek of my next reading vlog to come. I'm gonna film that soon, and I will start the next book, and we will be done with this challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna go pick that book, and I'll be back and let you guys know what I'm reading. Okay, I just picked the book for that reading vlog. We're gonna be reading The Love Wager. Typically in like an hour, I only read like 30 to 35 pages. So you guys won't be seeing a lot of this book in this video, but I will let you know my thoughts so far into the book. Within an hour of reading, I'm gonna get into it and I'll update you guys. I made it to 24 hours. Woo! This was probably like one of the easiest 24-hour readathons I've done. The timer method is definitely easier than like 24 hours straight, but it still felt like a lot the last time I did it, but it didn't feel like that much. I don't know, I really enjoyed reading. So I got to page 40 of the Love Wager. I'm not that far into the story, but I'll let you know what I know. We're following Haley and Jack. They meet at Jack's sister's wedding and some stuff goes down and they end up getting very drunk together. And then they have a one-night stand, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. They were like really, really drunk and having a one-night stand, but anyways, they then went their separate ways and then they stumbled across each other on a dating app and started talking again. And Haley joked about not remembering the one-night stand, like not remembering what happened, which I really didn't like. I don't know, I don't think that's funny, but I'm just gonna move on from it. I also don't like when books have like a one-night stand at the start of the book because I feel like that breaks the tension. But I'm only at the start of it, so maybe like I can't really judge the book yet, you know? And I'm liking the characters, so I'm gonna see where it goes. But so far there are a few things I don't like. So that's all I've gone to so far. They're both like still talking on the dating app and they're going on like their own separate dates. And I think soon they're gonna help each other with finding dates and finding the right person. And then I think they fake date later on. And that is the end of this video. So if you want to hear more thoughts about this book, that will be in my next reading vlog. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you've done the timer method 24-hour readathon before. Let me know how many books you managed to read. I have a book Instagram and a book TikTok, also a Goodreads. And please like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.